lady turned back and looked.
Even the birds are full. Human. They have a theater on the bottom floor.
Instead of Rambo, they have Lambo. So the guy with the clarinet, when's he gonna start?
She's moving through the crowd towards your reaction. Time is up by 2. Time for the inspection of the night. Her lacy dresses to impress. You figured out this mystery guest. The lifeline step, boy, it's a shitty time. Watch this girl, she is in the sky. She's been waiting for you like a tiger's praying eyes. And you don't know which way to go. Then you realize that she's the one. She's the one. She don't look the same as the last time you saw her. You were in your prime. Stallion walls
Dancing.
on his feet. Well, is this real or is this fake? Guess I'll find out by mistake. If a mystery man is just what this girl needs. After all this long, she just walks away into the crowded stage. She won't look back, so don't delay now, boy. Stop looking into empty spaces. Girl, it's gone without a trace. Your fancy dress is over for today. Watch this girl, she is in disguise. She's been waiting for you like a tiger's praying eyes. You don't know which way to go, then you realize that she's the one. She's the one, oh that she's the one. She's the one, oh that she's the one. She's the one. That you hide. Hey, ask anybody just to be a little bit closer. Come on, bring it in here. Sure. So thanks a lot for listening to us. We've been a schizophrenic, we're about to know. This is the third track off our album. It's called Fancy Dress. Check out our Facebook page. We're also on Spotify and all that stuff. We're going to finish off the set with a bit of a sing-song to get us all in a good get us all in a good mood for your Good Friday. So, are we in for a sing-song, yes? We're for a sing-song. Everybody say, oh, oh, say, oh, oh, say, yeah, say, yeah, oh, yeah, oh, yeah, oh, say, oh, 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 say, oh, oh,
fatigué. Non, lazy. Lui, il a dit qu'il est fatigué. Non, lazy. Mais il a des narines au-dessus du
Oh, I know what that is. That's you too when you get old.
Lui, il a une bouton là-bas. Les deux là. Mais on voit le nez, le nose. On voit les deux là. Les deux. Lui, on voit ces ceux-là. Là. Ah oui, il a
Do you wanna
Oui, c'est fini.
give him something?
Ah, c'est lui.
No, not them. I like the musician guys better.
Dude, they wanted 10.
Oh no, for the CD.
Do you want to give him something? Or are they packing up now? It's too late.
It's good. It's cool, Monsieur, vous êtes génial. Louis de Funès, chapeau. Chapeau, Louis de Funès. Parce que les autres, on les aime pas.
sort of supposedly
10
selling the
minutes
show.
on the
Go on
schedule.
YouTube and have a look at reactions to the Red Wedding. Yeah, I know nothing about the show. Where are you going to go?
Next stop is Dublin Road and then Galway. So there's one more stop and then it's us.
Separately in County Cork, 2 people remain in custody after apparently seized cocaine worth an estimated €40,000 at a house in the Fairhill area of the city. A man and a woman, both aged in their 50s, are being detained at Mayfield Garda Station.
And that's the news on RTE2FM. 2FM weather. Mainly dry today with sunshine in most places. A few light showers may break out in parts of the west during the afternoon. Highest temperatures of 13 to 16 degrees.
Ronan McCall on 2FM.
Anything goes. Yeah, just like Forrest.
Sorry, Swan Buddy.
Oh, he's got 2. Oh, Gus got a good picture of that. I wanted to hear him bark again. Just another one. I think he's just enjoying the swim.
Kind of looks like the same shells we got.
Mussels are mussels everywhere, huh?
Yeah. See,
What time is it?
10:55.
you don't have to write them out.
How's your scone, Lee?
It's good.
I was gonna take the class in last year's school. I forgot literally. I literally couldn't tell you anything. Nothing.
Did they have one?
Yeah. Okay, Sarah, let's see your Irish bagel.
I always get confused like chicken American or
I just did an amazing turn there. posing. Oh, look at that old thing. You see that?
Yeah.
See that old church back there?
Can you take evidence of me and Justice Shirt?
Yeah. We get the islands.
Documented in history. First time in 3 months! Outside in one shirt!
Okay. Say that again.
First time in 3 months and I'm outside in one shirt.
It's probably only 60 degrees.
Yeah, hashtag Ireland, Florida native problems.
Need that. Next trip.
Oh, hear that, Sarah?
Oh. Save the money, Sarah. We're going to London.
Oh, I thought we were going to go away.
We were there.
Bon, il a pas envie de c'est mon fils.
Haley. I love the sound of the birds. Oh.
Yeah, okay.
Want in your buggy? No. What? What do you want?
That's Cistercian Abbey. But of course the Cistercian monks left here in the 16th century at the time of the Reformation, at the time of King Henry VIII and Oliver Cromwell. In keeping with all of the other abbeys and monasteries here in Ireland, the Cistercians abandoned that abbey over there. Along here it became a great market town here in Baltinglass as well, and it was along this road here that that market took place up until the 1960s. Cattle, sheep and pigs were sold here on a daily basis, and you can imagine the mess that was left behind after those animals were finished after a day. So in the 1960s they moved it all indoors. It's now much cleaned up the street quite a bit. Nowadays this town is a great dormitory town of Dublin. There's a new motorway, the M9, which links goes quite close to here, and people can commute from here into the city of Dublin in approximately 1 hour. And it's a motorway all the way in with no tolls, so it's quite popular to live out here in the country, out here in Wicklow. And as we travel up the hill here coming out of the town, way over on the left hand side, you'll see beyond the river, you will see the new town that has grown up since the access to Dublin has been improved over the last 15 or 20 years. So the new town of Baltinglass over there on the left hand side. That river there is known as the River Slaney, and the River Slaney is more known as a Wexford river, but it originates here in Wicklow, flows down into County Carlow and eventually into the sea in the southeast corner of Ireland, County Wexford. Of course, County Wexford is the ancestral home of the Kennedys, who came to Franciscan monastery, and that of course monastery went the same road as all the other monasteries in Ireland here in the 16th century. I know it probably gets boring after a while, but all of these monasteries were dotted right around the country, and of course they were all abandoned at that time of King Henry VIII. Castle Dermot is known as Dermot's Strong Place, and the Dermot in question, his Irish name was Diarmid MacMorrow, or Dermot MacMorrow in English. He was the King of Leinster, a very important ruler of this area here, but he has gone down in history as the most hated Irishman that ever lived. And when you consider that he died in the year 1185, and we're still talking about him to this day, well, let that be a lesson to you. Don't get on the wrong side of an Irishman. We tend not to forgive very easily. We certainly never forget. Why? Well, the story behind Dermot, as I said, he was a very important leader here. He was the King of Leinster, but he was also very belligerent. He was constantly having battles with other leaders and other chieftains in the area here, border raids. He was steal their cattle, steal their wives and their women, and generally creating mayhem. Eventually he took on the High King of Ireland in a dispute over a woman, of all things, and he lost. The High King of Ireland, a man called Rory O'Crahor, or Rory O'Connor to give him his English equivalent, he won the battle and won the war. And in those days, when you lost the battle or you lost the war, you lost everything. You lost your power, you lost your land, you lost your influence, your wealth. In some cases you even lost your wife. And that's what happened to Dermot. Now, he wasn't best pleased, as you can imagine, so he sought assistance from some of the other leaders in the area here in his dispute with the High King of Ireland. But they wanted nothing to do with him. He had made their life a misery in the past, and as well as that too, they weren't keen on taking on the High King of Ireland. So Dermot went across the water. He went across to England, looking for assistance from the King of England. Now, if you know anything about your English history, you will be aware that in the year 1066, William the Conqueror came across the English Channel from Normandy in France, and he defeated the Saxons at the Battle of Hastings in that year, in the year 1066. And that was the start of the Norman conquest of England. To roll the clock on 100 years, King Henry II was on the throne of England. He was the grandson of William the Conqueror. He was on the throne of England, and the Normans had already conquered all of England and most of Wales. And now Henry had his sights set on Ireland. These Normans were hungry for more land, and there was plenty of land over in Ireland. Henry was in the process of
over there. she isn't there by 3:40, she's off the cliff.
I'll meet you outside the. I haven't seen the sun in 3 months, so. Feel good. Yeah. Be outside.
Yeah. There's a restaurant there.
Little bits probably fall off every year.
Oh, and it wasn't there at the edge before.
Are you gonna get anything?
Yeah, do they come and serve you or do you have to go get it?
You have to go up and get it.
What do you want?
A half pint and an order of chips. If we could get them.
And the Sharpets?
An order of chips.
Is it counting down?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, here we're in Dublin, Ireland.
Oops, I gotta get your face in.
We're here in Dublin, Ireland. We're going to do the Jameson test against some scotch. So we're going to start with this one.
This is professional now.
There could be booze in there. There could be. Now we're going to try the other one.
Oh, I can smell that.
I actually like this better.
That's the Italian.
I picked this one. Which one was this one? This is Jameson.
I don't know. She said that was the Irish one and that was the Scotch.
Okay.
Jameson? Okay. You
So
won?
it worked.
Okay.
Am I getting paid for this?
We're going to send you your royalty check.
Well, the 12 pubs for Christmas, a good idea would be to get even closer, to compare different drinks in each pub. Go to 12 pubs, go around the pub, like show yourself around, and then do like a big thing at the end, a highlight of, we're going to compare 2 drinks here, we want to see which is the best. So you could do ciders, beers, scotch, vodka, shots. You have a great time, like.
You can remember.
Yeah.
You know what, I'd
And
wear...
as long as you can still have someone to have the camera with you that's still in a good state of mind
You
afterwards.
come in with with some friends, you all dress up, say you're from the newspaper. Put your newspaper out there,
Yeah.
Get some free drinks. You can't say cheers. What do you say over here?
Cheers. No, Sarah and all her friends, like all the foreign students that come over, everybody thinks we say sláinte here, but no one says sláinte when they have a drink. No one really says anything. They just drink and then they just keep drinking.
All right.
I lost something in the translation. You have him confused now.
Yeah.
Why is this on video?
Are you nearly done?
Yes.
Well, then you better get home then.
All right.
Dublin, Ireland. It's probably 12:30 in Florida right now. No. It's probably 6 o'clock in the afternoon in Florida right now because it's 12:30 here.
We went to a really good fair, like it was like an airplane, like fighter planes, like museum in Krakow, and it was cold. Really interesting. We did like that, like oceans, the art. It was really cool. They look really boring. Sit down with the dog and start filming your own
Like, you go to the bathroom and then we're gonna change tables.
Yeah.
I am right now.
You can sit with a different family that comes.
Oh, I have I literally was like chasing after it, trying to.
Getting the last few photos.
Videotape the staircase.
What's that?
Videotape the staircase. I'm trying to like
Just
be a challenge.
we'll see you tomorrow, Sarah. Except in church, unless they clean the windows and I can see it. Wait a second.
Do I push?
Oh. And I got it all on tape. Actually on chip. It's a guy playing hockey. Here's the sign where somebody couldn't paint two straight lines.
Over there, you see those blue stripes?
Yeah.
It's a building that's built on a tilt.
What is it?
It's a building that's built on a tilt.
Oh, cool.
Looks like a leaning tower. Stand by that, that's
The one that you went to last night?
well, it wasn't open.
Do you know where we are?
Yes. Do you know where we are?
Yeah, we have to go over there. I gotta dump all these cards.
renew the life of this diocese. In the diocesan cycle of prayer, we remember the parish of Canterbury.
But in your love and mercy you freed us from the slavery of sin, giving your only begotten Son to become man and suffer death on the cross to redeem us. He made there the one complete and all-sufficient sacrifice for the sins of the whole world. He instituted, and in his holy gospel commanded us to continue a perpetual memory of his precious death until he comes again. On the night that he was betrayed, he took bread. And when he had given thanks to you, he broke it, and gave it to his disciples, saying, "Take, eat, this is my body which is given for you. Do this in remembrance of me." In the same way, after supper, he took the cup. And when he had given thanks to you, he gave it to them, saying, "Drink this, all of you, for this is my blood of the new covenant, which is shed for you and for many for the forgiveness of sins. Do this as often as you drink it in remembrance of me." Therefore, Father, with this bread and this cup, we do as Christ your Son commanded. We remember his passion and death, we celebrate his resurrection and ascension, and we look for the coming of his kingdom. Except through him, our great high priest, this our sacrifice of praise and thanksgiving. And as we eat and drink these holy gifts, grant by the power of the life-giving Spirit, that we may be made one in your holy church, and partakers of the body and blood of your Son, that he may dwell in us and we in him. Through the same Jesus Christ our Lord, by whom, and with whom, and in whom, in the unity of the Holy Spirit, all honor and glory are yours, Almighty Father, forever and ever. Amen. As our Saviour Christ has taught us, we are told to say, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. The bread which we break is a sharing in the body of Christ. We make many our one body, for all share in one bread.
No, sir. No, sir.
It's Friday.
What day is it? Sunday?
I'm singing the song.
Oh.
It's Friday.
It's Thursday.
Thursday? I was trying to get the
Yeah, I knew you were doing that.
Yeah.
We were waiting at the bus stop one day, and we could tell she was like coming by and she was yelling at some guy, like cussing at him.
Same lady?
Yeah, she's like backing away, and she's like acting for money. So she asked one of our friends, like, can you spare some change? And he's like, no, sorry. She's like, oh, fuck off. Those two guys are missing. Oh no.
Now you're familiar with our beers, why not try some for yourself? You've seen how we brew Guinness in St James's Gate. Guinness first left Ireland at the end of the 18th century, and today the brand is enjoyed in over 150 countries, transcending both boundaries and cultures. To meet this growing demand for Guinness globally and to ensure the highest quality, we brew to the same exacting standards in up to 50 countries around the world. Every drop of Guinness includes a special essence, which is only produced here in Ireland and gives Guinness, no matter where it's brewed, its distinctive qualities and taste. Guinness beers from around the world are examined here at St James's Gate by the Brewery Taste Panel to ensure they meet our exacting standards. First of all,
Now, ladies and gentlemen, just as we're all gathering in, you're very welcome to what is the newest addition to the Home of Guinness. You're going to learn how to taste Guinness using all of your senses. And that's the good news. The bad news is you don't actually drink any Guinness in this room.
When you get your lovely free pints. The volume of Guinness you have in front of you is the exact same volume of Guinness that our taste team gets every single morning at 10 AM over in the brewery. Taste and test each batch of Guinness to make sure that it is perfect and it is up to scratch. So, not the worst job in the world to be drinking Guinness every morning at 10 AM and getting paid for it. I wouldn't mind having it myself, to be honest, but what can you do? Also, the Guinness in front of you was probably brewed about 7 days ago, so maximum 7 days ago, so it is going to be the freshest Guinness that you've ever had. But to fully appreciate all the attributes and flavours in Guinness Draught, as I was saying, we must taste it correctly. So when we do so, we're going to use the tip of our tongues for the sweetness of the malt, the sides of our tongues for the richness of the roast, and the very back of our tongues for the bitterness of the hops. When we put all of this into practice, we should be getting a smooth, velvety texture in and around our mouth. But firstly, how we stand when we drink Guinness is extremely important. So I'm going to ask everybody to adopt a nice, proud, confident stance like so. And as silly as this may sound, just go with me for the time being. So standing proud, looking out to the horizon, I'm going to get you to bring your sample just up in front of your mouth with your elbows sticking out like this. Now be careful not to smack the person beside you because that has happened before. Now I know, majority are thinking, oh God, I look a bit silly, I look a bit stupid, but look around the room, everybody looks the same, so don't worry about it, okay? The reason we do this, for those of you who do drink Guinness regularly, you'll know whenever you finish your pint, the head is always left at the bottom of the glass. So we never actually drink the head, we always pull through it. Now the reason for this, the head's made up of the nitrogen gas, so it's very bitter and it's not very nice. So a lot of people come here to the Guinness Storehouse, go straight up to the gravity bar, get a pint and take a little sip, only drinking the head. They'll think it's bitter, they won't like it, and they'll leave it sitting there.
They leave without ever even tasting the rich flavours of the black stuff. So in a moment they're going to get you to bring the glass to your lips, but putting through the head, take a big, big, generous mouthful. So don't just take a little sip. So whenever you're ready. Now as you take a generous mouthful, swirl it around your mouth before swallowing. As you swallow and you exhale, this is when you should be getting some of the fantastic flavours that my colleague Kevin was talking about. So some people might be getting the dark chocolate or coffee type of flavour. That comes from the roasted barley. Personally, I don't really get the very sweetness. You might be getting a slight sweetness that comes from the malt. Or a lot of people, if you're trying it for the first time, will find it very bitter, and that will be coming from the hops. Now, this is only a sample, so keep on practicing. There's a full pint to get through later on, or if you don't like it that much, you can have a soft drink. As you're enjoying the rest of the samples, I'm just going to point out a few features in this room. The portrait on the wall behind you over there is a copy of the only portrait known of the man himself, Arthur Guinness. Now Arthur Guinness and his wife Olivia lived just down the road in number 1 Thomas Street, and it was there where they had 21 children. Now the first born of those children was the portrait on the left hand side, Arthur Guinness II. He took over his father's legacy when Arthur retired, and then again his son beside him on the right, Benjamin Guinness, he did the exact same in taking over from his father. Here on my left hand side we have a bell from the
Oh, look who I found.
Ha! Surprise! What a coincidence, we're both in the same cemetery.
Yep. Seems like our vacations surround these things, doesn't it?
extra security here. So they built these watchtowers. They built 7 of them. At the time, grave robbing was not actually illegal because bodies were not caught. Trespass, on the other hand, is a different story. So each one of these watchtowers had 2 guards. Guards were given shotguns, and they were told anyone you see, shoot them. Shouldn't be here trespassing. We'll worry about what they were up to later. Not our problem. Go ahead. Then we've got bodies lying about that we're not about to waste our precious burial ground on them. The guards are told, keep them, sell them yourselves, hold on to the money, consider it part of your bonus pay. So we had watchtowers, and we also had dogs. You see up here, there's an wrought iron gate. Now, that's now a workyard. But originally, when the cemetery opened, that area there was a dog yard. We kept Cuban bloodhounds, which were so vicious you can't even believe them in Ireland anymore. We kept packs of them, and at night we used to lock the gates, let the dogs out to roam, and they were very, very effective. In fact, they were so effective, one day we let them out and did not realise that the city coroner was still here checking on a grave. Dogs checked on him, it did not end well. It was the end of the dogs, the end of the city coroner's queue. And we got in so much trouble that dogs were banned after that. Now, then we were left with a big empty dog yard with nothing to do with it. There was a section here called Willie Walker, who was a nice enough guy but rather rubbish with money. He was always looking for a way to bring in a bit of extra cash on the side. For 5 years he bought sheep. He bought 2 cows. For 5 years and he was the only man out of that dog yard. And so every morning there was fresh t-shirt and glass 7 for the house. He eventually decided that actually he was lowering the tone of the cow might, but we had it for a few years. Now, the law did change, and once you could donate bodies to science, that was the end of this kind of grave robbing market. If you were here 2 years ago, you would have very smugly told you that that kind of thing didn't happen anymore. Until we discovered there is a cemetery in Vienna, in Austria, that has a grave robber at the moment. They have a guy who is breaking into the crypts of famous dead composers, and he is stealing their teeth with a set of pliers. He has got Brahms' teeth and Strauss' teeth. There is a vicious confusion because he seems to have something belonging to Beethoven that the cemetery won't say either which way. They do know who this guy is. They know because he has a website, a blog, and a YouTube channel. He has been making videos of himself doing this and posting them online. They have not been able to arrest him. There is a statute of limitations on grave robbing. It is now looking like he will get away with it. And he says that if he does, he's going to open a museum of stolen body parts. So if any of you are looking for somewhere to go on holiday in a couple of years, you can go to Beethoven's Toe and use it. So we'll head down this path here. The grave along this path. So boy, he would be released from there, comes back to Ireland. He's only back in Ireland for a few months when he gets arrested after trying to murder a police detective in this cemetery at a funeral. That gets him thrown back into Mountjoy jail. He is there now for a little bit longer, and really while he is there, that's when he really concentrates on the writing. He improves his Irish from the other inmates as well, and by the time he gets out, he's pretty serious about pursuing his literary career. Fame comes quite quickly, but it does not sit well. He begins to drink quite heavily, and he's only in his early 40s when he dies. He drinks until he dies. His famous last words said to the nun that was tending him on his deathbed, "God bless you, sister, may all your sons be bishops." Now, if you had been at this grave at any point before, probably about a month ago, it was a bit different looking. For years there has been this headstone, but there's been nothing in the circle. That is because originally there was a sculpture being here. It was stolen, it was replaced, it was stolen, it was replaced. When it had been stolen 3 times, we cut our losses and we just left it empty. But in March, to the end of March, it was the 50th anniversary of Behan's death, so we decided to put it back in. So do take the opportunity to look at it, because who knows how long it'll be lasting. But
This is the biggest graveyard I've ever been in my life. It's amazing.
Thanks very much, cheers. How's it going, everybody? Good morning, afternoon. We're a band called The Fits of Album. We're going to play another song off the album. This is a song about how the sunshine affects Irish people. And as you can see, we might get some if we're lucky. This is our CD, it's €10, so help yourself if you want a copy. Thanks a lot, cheers.
I was told that I'd never survive, that I better rid of the devil inside. Keep my head in the boots or I die. Just an oxygen-peeving waste of space and time. She said points are what the way they go.
Thank you very much.